Well, today was expected to be the final day of testimony in the Nathan Carman civil trial at federal court in Providence.
Both the defense and the plaintiff had about 2 hours left to speak, which they used up today. And Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh was in court today. She joins us live in Providence, where testimony just wrapped up. Kate?
And in fact, as I was leaving, we still were hearing testimony from a boat builder in this whole case. But the focus of this trial is supposed to be specifically on an insurance claim over Carman's boat, the Chickenpox, which sank in September of 2016. However, today we heard from Carman himself speak extensively about the final moments he said he had with his mother as the boat sank. And we also heard from two expert witnesses who doubted his story of survival. Now, Carman is being sued by the boat insurance company Boat US, saying he can't have his $85,000 insurance claim because he altered his boat, making it unseaworthy, and he didn't notify them of the changes. Carman said today he thought under his insurance policy, if the boat sank, he was covered, period. The judge then asked Carman about his final moments with his mother, and Carman said she was, quote, more of the problem than the solution in tense situations. So when he saw they might be in peril, he gave her a task to do while he gathered safety gear. He doesn't recall if he called out for her right as the boat sank and he was in the water, but he said once he got into the life raft, he stood up on it, searching for her and calling for her with no success. Carman then says he spent 7 days on the raft before he was rescued by a Chinese vessel. We then heard from oceanographer Richard Limeburner, who I quote in saying, "I don't see how a drifting life raft can drift upstream or drift upwind. In my opinion, the location of where Mr. Carman was found conflicts with my estimation of his drift path." Now, we also heard from a doctor at Mass General Hospital who calls himself a wilderness doctor. He too doubted Carman's story of survival, but new at 6, find out why the judge said he's not going to consider that testimony in this case. For now, we're live in Providence. I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Steph. New details now on the final day of testimony in Nathan Carman's civil trial, which just wrapped up a short time ago.
And we've learned testimony from one witness today has now been thrown out by the judge. Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh was in federal court today and joins us live from Providence. Kate?
Well, Stephen Shannon, Carman's attorney and the insurance company's attorneys each had about 2 hours left for testimony, and they made sure they used it all today. In fact, less than an hour ago, after 5 o'clock, we saw them leaving federal court behind us here in Providence, telling us it was uncertain when closing arguments would begin. Nathan Carman has been suspected but not formally charged in the deaths of his grandfather or mother. This civil trial, however, is supposed to focus solely on the insurance policy over his boat, the Chickenpox, which sank in September of 2016, allegedly with his mother on it. Boat US says he shouldn't be paid the $85,000 claim because Carman's boat was unseaworthy and he never notified them of changes he made to it. Carman took the stand Friday saying he bought an insurance policy with Boat US, not having read the policy beforehand, but that he thought if the boat sank, it would be covered, period. Carman also described how he filled holes on board with putty, advertised to be as strong as steel. He maintained he was on a raft for 7 days before being saved by a Chinese vessel. But then the insurance company had a wilderness doctor, Dr. Harris, testify that anyone at sea for 7 days would be either dead or have extreme hypothermia, which was not evident with how Carman was found. However, the judge prefaced that testimony by saying he would not consider it in making a decision in this trial. We then heard from oceanographer Richard Limeburner, who said he didn't see how it was possible for a drifting life raft to drift upstream and that Carman's alleged position conflicted with science. Now, Carman's aunt's attorney, who has been following every step of this process for years, really, was in court today, and the family sent us a statement saying in part that it was unfortunate for the judge to choose to limit the scope of the trial to just this insurance claim. For now, we're live in Providence. I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.